Feeling better fast and make it last. Thoughts can make your mind and body feel good, or they can make you feel bad. Every cell in your body is affected by every thought you have. We know this from polygraph or lie detector tests. During a polygraph, a person is connected to instruments that measure hand temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, breathing rate, also tension, sweat gland activity. Almost immediately, the tested person's body reacts to every thought he has, whether he says anything or not. If the person did it, and the worries he will find out, his body is likely to have a stress response and react in the following ways. The opposite is also true. If he did not do the deed, his body will experience a relaxation response and react in the following ways. Again, your body reacts almost immediately to what you think, and not just when you are asked about telling the truth. Your body reacts to every thought you have, whether it is about the work, friends, family, or anything else. This is why when people become upset, they often develop physical symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, or diarrhea, or they become more susceptible to illness. Imagine what was happening in Marcus's young body. His mind as flooded with the negative thoughts. The only way to escape this is to focus on what would bring flow activities that increase our sense of purpose and achievement. Those are based on complex chemical reactions in the brain, memories from the past, the quality of our sleep, hormone, and blood sugar, and many other factors. Oh, blood sugar as well. Thoughts are based on complex chemical reactions in the brain, memories from the past, the quality of our sleep, hormones, and blood sugar, and many other factors. They are automatic, reflexive, random, and overwhelmingly negative. Plus, they are often erroneous. Unless disciplined and bridled, they will lie to you and wreak havoc in your life. It is important to examine your thoughts to see if they are true and if they are helping you to learn or hurting you. Unfortunately, if you are never challenging your thoughts, you will simply believe them and then act out of the ignorance belief. You can learn to eliminate ends or automatic negative thoughts that steal your happiness. Whenever you feel sad, mad, nervous, or out of control, write down your automatic negative thoughts. The act of writing down of the ends helps you get the invaders out of your head. One negative thought, like one ant at a picnic, is not a big problem. You can learn to eliminate the automatic negative thoughts and replace them with more helping thoughts that give you a more accurate, fair assessment of any situation. It's not positive thinking that ignores reality. Instead, I advocate accurate, honest thinking. This skill alone can completely change your life if you embrace and practice it. With a bit of a practice, you can choose to think helpful thoughts and feel good, or you can choose to think toxic thoughts and feel lousy. It's up to you. One way to begin is to notice your thoughts. When they are negative, write them down and talk back to them. If you can correct negative thoughts, you take away their power. When you have a negative thought without challenging it, your mind believes it and your body reacts to it. Whenever you notice these ends, you need to crush them or they will ruin your relationships, your self-esteem, and your personal power. All or nothing ends. These sneaky ends make you feel sorry for yourself. They don't use words like sometimes or maybe. All or nothing ends, thinking in absolutes. Words like all, always, never, none, nothing, no one, everyone, and every time. This is an example of all or nothing thinking. When you believe that everything is either all good or all bad, it is the same as black and white thinking. This ant can see anything good. Its beady eyes zoom in our mistakes and problems. While focusing on the positive will improve your mood and help you feel better about yourself. Putting a positive spin in your thoughts lead to positive changes in your brain that make you happier and smarter. I have already lost 8 pounds and I have changed my lifestyle, so I will continue to lose weight until I reach my goal of losing 30 pounds. Of course, there are many important should and shouldn't thoughts. But in my 35 years as a psychiatrist, I found that guilty is generally not a helpful motivational behavior. It often backfires and can be counterproductive to your goals. Okay. Thinking in words like should, must, ought to, and have to is a typical guilt breeding ends. It is better to replace the guilty breeding ends with the phrases like, I want to do this, it fits with my goals to do that, or it would be helpful to do this. I want to visit my parents because they are special to me. My goal is to stop eating sugar because it will reduce my cravings, prevent energy crashes, diabetes, and inflammations in my body, and get me off this emotional roller coaster. I want to count my calories because it will help me learn to take control of my eating. It is in my best interest to go to the gym because it will help me feel more energized. I am a giving person, and it is my goal to give more to causes I believe are worthwhile. Even positive labels can be harmful. I tell parents, for example, never praise children for being smart. Praise them instead of working hard. When you tell children they're smart, they become more performance-oriented and assume that intelligence cannot be improved. If they start to struggle with a new task, they may feel not smart and give up. But if you praise children for working hard, when they come up against a difficult task, they will persist because they work hard. I will find a way to succeed. I'll go to college. If I want to, I will succeed with hard work. This ant is convinced it can see inside someone else's mind and know how others think and feel without even being told. A glance in your direction does mean somebody is talking about you or mad at you. I tell people that a negative look for someone else may mean nothing more than that he or she is constipated. You just don't know. I teach all my patients the 18-40-60 rule, which says that when you're 18, you worry about what others think of you. When you're 40, you don't care what anyone thinks about you. And when you're 60, you realize no one has been thinking about you at all. People spend their days worrying and thinking about themselves, not about you. Stop trying to read their minds. Don't let this end to raise your good feelings. When there are things that you don't understand, ask for clarification. Mind the reader ends are infectious and cause trouble between people. Blame ends. When things go wrong, the blame end always sings in the same old sad song. He did it, she did it, it's not my fault. It's your fault. This end doesn't want you to admit your mistakes or to learn how to fix things and make them right. It wants you to be a victim. Of all the ends, blaming ends are the most toxic. I call them red ends because they not only steal your happiness, they also drain you of your personal power. When you blame something or someone else for a problem in your life, you become a victim of the circumstances and who can't do anything to change the situation. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself if you have any tendency to say things like, beginning a sentence with, "It is your fault that I can ruin your life." Blaming ends make you a victim, and when you're a victim, you are powerless to change your behavior. In order to break free from the blaming ends addiction, you have to change your thinking by making it your responsibility to change. It is your life. Love can author Vernon Howard once wrote, permitting your life to be taken over by another person is like letting the waiter eat your dinner. 7 different types of ends, all or nothing ends. Thinking that things are either all good or all bad. Just in a bad ends. Seeing only the bad in a situation. Guilt-beating ends. Thinking of words like can, should, must, ought, or have to. Labeling ends. Attaching a negative label to yourself or someone else. Fortune teller ends. Predicting the worst possible outcome for a situation with a little or no evidence for it. Mind the reader ends. Believing you know what other people are thinking even though they haven't told you. Blaming ends. Blaming someone else for your problem.